Guys, I have a theory that the AAA video gaming industry is going to crash in the next 2 years. I'm going to tell you why, and I think it's mainly because of GTA 6. Going to try to be brief. This is a different kind of video for me. I don't normally do this kind of stuff, and especially not in the middle of a car. So, but I've had these thoughts for a while, even before GTA 6 announced its price, and I just think overall concerns, I think we're really heading to a dark place when it comes to AAA games. So, first and foremost, as we all know, as gamers, we've been paying more for less for quite a while. Going all the way back to Bethesda with the horse armor and being the just dark spot on gaming, creating DLC, and ultimately making the ability for these AAA gaming corporations to take parts of their game piecemeal out and then repackage it and then make you pay for it on top of the original gaming purchase. That's really lame. PS2 days and before, obviously, the general practice was you buy the game, it's a complete game, it functions. Now you have to buy the game, maybe you have to, buy these DLCs if you want certain parts of the game. And the game might not work. We saw that with Cyberpunk in its release. And, you have to wait there for, depending on how your internet is, wait for a certain amount of time for it to download and be installed into your console, which is awful, in my opinion. GTA 6 has announced its price, $80. That will be the new price of AAA games going forward. I don't know if anybody else has picked up on that, but everything that Rockstar does with GTA 6, mark my words, will be followed by all the other major corporations. They just will. Why? Because GTA 6 is going to break the same record that GTA 5 broke, and that is being the biggest media release on launch of its time. That happened in GTA 5 in 2013, and we're going to see it again in GTA 6 this year when it comes out. Mark my words, it's going to happen. I don't care, how many people get on here and say, like me, I'm not going to buy GTA 6 on day one. I'm going to wait, see if it's good, and then maybe I'll buy it. As many of us want to say we're going to do that. We're going to say vote with your wallet, all that stuff, and, vote against these anti-consumer practices. It's not going to matter because non-gamers are going to buy GTA 6 in droves. They don't care about any of this drama. They don't care. They're just like, it's a GTA game. It's a cultural zeitgeist, and that's just the way it's always going to be. I honestly don't even think GTA 6 is really probably going to be good. Why? Because the guy that made the original GTA games that we all know and love and grew up on, he's not even working with the company anymore. His name's Dan Houser. Laszlo as well, and the other Houser brother. I'm blanking on his name. None of them work for Rockstar anymore. I know Dan Houser and Laszlo, they're making a comic right now called American Caper, which is fantastic, and it's basically just a Grand Theft Auto story set in Wyoming. It's amazing, and you should totally check it out, and it's with Dark Horse. It's a very good series. But I think Grand Theft Auto's lost its way. We never got the DLC because the cash cow was GTA Online, and so that became their main focus. That's where you got to see, like, post GTA 5 stuff in GTA Online. I never got to see it because I didn't play GTA Online. I don't have time for that. Don't have money for that. Not giving you any of my hard-earned money for a half-baked story that some 20-year-old intern from an Ivy League school who probably hates me for who I am wrote. I'm good. And I think that's what GTA 6 is going to be. I think it's going to be completely different from all the other games. It's going to have woke stuff in it. And I don't think it's going to be like the normal GTA games that we all grew up on. And like the first GTA game I think I played was Grand Theft Auto 4. Phenomenal story. It's a great game. And it still has that blend of just, it has great graphics compared to, the PS2 editions of all the other Grand Theft Auto games. And it still has like some of those role-playing elements where you can go to eat, hang out with friends, all that stuff. And in my heart of hearts, I think that's a little bit better than GTA 5. Even though GTA 5, with its updated graphics, being able to play 3 characters, all that stuff, it's cool too. But I think in the next 2 years, you're going to see a crash because all these other companies are going to follow suit with Rockstar. And as you've already seen with Sony announcing in 2028 going forward, they're going to do the same thing that they're going to do with GTA 6. Just with all their games. No more discs. Done. It's going to be just digital codes. And I'll tell you who's probably really shaking in their boots is probably GameStop, which obviously we've known that they've been on life support for quite a while. other than the whole, let's all invest as like a meme stock, that kind of deal. GameStop is probably really struggling, and they're going to have to really start relying at that point, again, about 2 years after this release, they're going to have to just go full retro and just start selling PS2 games, PS3 games, PS4 and PS5 games that were released physically, and just go full tilt with that. And if they can't make a living off that, they're done. I mean, they're toast. But I really think what's going to happen and what you're going to see is that the major companies, all of them are going to say, well, if Rockstar can charge that much for their game, we're going to charge the same amount for a random piece of crap that nobody's heard of random game, and we're going to charge the same amount for it, and you're going to see more and more of those games come out, and they're going to realize really quickly that those don't have the same appeal as a Grand Theft Auto game, and they're going to fail, and they're going to start, taking a hit hugely financially. They're going to put more and more money, staking against that, and I think that's where you'll see a big turn. I think that's where AAA gaming will fail. And hopefully, even if it's not just a crash, maybe that'll bring us some reform, and that would just be phenomenal. If we can just see better condition for the workers, the people that actually make the game, that would be great. They got paid more. There's less of a crunch culture, and just overall a more tenable solution for them. Because that's the thing, everybody preaches like, we want a gaming crash. We want a gaming crash, video game industry crash. The problem is, if that happens, you guys don't understand, there's a ton of people who do this for a living, who have made your favorite games, who are great upstanding people, who are going to get caught in a crossfire and will be unemployed, will lose their jobs. And it reminds me of that scene in The Big Short, where there's the two young guys, and and they're talking to Brad Pitt's character, and they're talking about betting on the economy crashing. And they're sitting there cheering, and they know it's about to happen, and they're about to become multi-millionaires, if not billionaires, because of this crash, because they bet on the right thing. And Brad Pitt stops them dead in their tracks, and he says, "Stop! Like, you understand what's going to happen? This is bad. Like, there's going to be people that will die because each point of the economy that drops, there's a certain amount of people that die because they starve, lose health care, can't get medical needs, all that stuff." And I know that's like kind of a hyperbolic, example, but you got to remember there's going to be people that will lose their jobs because of what's going to happen, because the greed has gotten too far and gotten to a point where, after GTA 5 came out, I feel like is really the tipping point, because it was the biggest media release on launch. The same thing's going to happen with GTA 6, and everybody's going to sit there and say, all the fat cats and all the corporate entities, they're going to say, well, there's money to be made because they made a ton of money, and they're just going to copy them. And that's the cycle of corporations. They just, what thing makes money, let's copy that, make it our own, and that usually fails. That's just how it goes. You're seeing that in the early stages with what you see in Backrooms and the Obsession movie. All these other companies that do horror movies and just overall just Paramount, all these other movie industries types, they're going to copy what A24 did with Backrooms in particular. They're going to say, let's find some young YouTuber, some young creative, if you will. You give him creative freedom, and we'll just give him some loose idea and just let him or her just go loose on an idea. And we're going to make as much money, if not more, than Backrooms did. And it's not going to work. Just plain and simple. Unless it's a good written story and actually has inspiration behind it, which is what Backrooms does have, and just the overall talent that Kane has, it's going to fail. And that's where you'll see a lot of these companies also take a hit, but that's on the movie side. So, sorry to sound bleak. This is kind of this is the first car rant I've done, and it's kind of impromptu. And I apologize if I'm kind of rambling, but for those of you that are new, my name is Austin. If you like this video, hit like, hit subscribe, and maybe I'll do more of these videos. If you agree with me, comment. If you disagree with me, comment. And just let's have a discourse in the comment section below. It'll be interesting to see what's going to happen in these next couple months. The more we see Rockstar, because Rockstar they haven't even put out gameplay yet. Like that's really where I want to see if the gameplay is even going to be good. I'm assuming it's going to be GTA 5-esque, where you just swap back and forth with the couple that you're going to play as. But who knows? Once pre-orders went live on this thing, I mean, they've already probably made millions of dollars. I don't have the exact numbers, but it'll be interesting to see.